SCV to be transferred back, and at the same time he's harassing this command center. This is some very interesting play right now. He's not gonna push it. He knows that he doesn't have enough tanks. He's just gonna be probing, just just enough to keep the pressure up.
And it looks like OGS will lay down that scan and move forward to that planetary fortress. He's going to take out that tank, and he's going to move his other tanks back, get them in range of that planetary fortress. Just as this happens, I can't believe this. Look at all these tanks that are siege up on this high yield, protecting this orbital command. OGS trying to limit the numbers of Tor here. And, yeah, I don't know.
Scans going down for OGS because... Why? I actually don't understand why. He's got a lot of Vikings now. Yeah. He might not be ahead on the Viking count, but he could at least try and contest that.
For sure.
And Tor just doing damage to that tank line and protecting his planetary fortress as best as he can. He's just protecting it with one tank because he has vision.
Now, it's funny because if you take a look at the economy, because of this nice attack that's going down from Tor right now, the nice defense and stuff he's got on his high yield, he is in the lead in the economy here, and it looks like he will lose a majority, if not all, of his Vikings, but he will take out a lot of Liquid OGS's Vikings, and it looks like Tor's got some Thors. If you guys can see my eye there, going down. But anyways, guys, look at this. We've got more action coming from Tor right now, as well as Tor loading up some items in some things and moving them across the field here. Tor is getting more and more of those Vikings out. We do see Liquid OGS now pushing up around the back of the bend, going to that lower third, and continuing to try to do damage on this planetary fortress here. It looks like Liquid OGS...
Look at that! Those siege tanks are going to do a lot of damage up there. Killing so many SCVs. Oh my god, that was painful to see. Tor is actually going in for a drop though.
No way, it doesn't look like that's what's going on. It looks like the main thing going on right now is OGS doing some damage to this planetary fortress. He is taking some more shots in his, and look at that, there it is! The drop does go down in the back of OGS's base, catching him off guard as we see those two dropships start to load out, taking out a supply depot, now stimming up, going right out to that tank, as it looks like they're going to take out the reactor core that's on that starport, taking out those Vikings. It looks like OGS is responding, moving his tanks back to his main base. More of these expansion bays going down. Looks like the dropships will load up a little bit and move off. May have been a little bit of a misclick there. The high yield did get taken out in Tor's base, and it looks like the high yield for Liquid OGS has also been lifted up and thwarted for the time being. Let's see what's going to go down, as there is another command center on the way from Tor here, as well as we take a look at the economies. We do see 71 SCVs for OGS. OGS is currently only mining off of one base. 71 SCVs on one base here for OGS.
Wow, that's bad. And he can't take the risk of landing that command center. But you know what? He is so far ahead in SCV count that he can just long range mine right now and still get some income out of it. But Tor has been doing a very good job of denying that third, and wow, a bunker blocking this expansion up top here. This is a very interesting game. Don't know what else to say. Ooh, OGS is actually gonna go for it, and he's moving all his tanks. He's gonna try and siege up. The Marines are gonna clean that up very easy. Look at that, man. I think he just...
And there it is, the GG gets called. Tor takes the win and pushes forward in the tournament. As we see Tor move forward, OGS is knocked out, unfortunately. Hopefully we see him in the next Craftcup. But let's go ahead and keep moving forward. That was a mirror matchup, so we're not going to go ahead and play the win video. We're just going to go ahead and get into the next game here. Let me join in on the fire, Silver. Let's get this going, as those Marines did definitely. Pew pew. And we're seeing Underdark against Unique Kalen. Oh boy, oh boy. This is going to be an interesting PvP. Here you go. A mirror match right for you, Fire Silver.
Unfortunately, yeah. And there was quite, we were having a discussion while that game was going on about why Kalin was playing Protoss, because he isn't normally a Terran player, and apparently he said he hasn't been on his form lately, so if he plays as Protoss and doesn't end up winning, there's, no bad, it was just bad play in general. And the dog doesn't like PvP apparently. So here we go, into PvP on Xel'Naga Karens, a mirror provided by Khan.
Alright everybody, welcome to Imbalance.tv where everything is Imba. We've got another game going down right now, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty epic matchup. We've got Underdark right now spawning at the top of Xel'Naga Caverns as the teal Protoss, and down here at the bottom of Xel'Naga Caverns is Unique Kalin as the orange Protoss. With that being said, take this mirror match here, Fire Silver. We're watching the EU Craftcup Lite number 56.
Indeed we are, and apparently both players here were saying that they really dislike PvP, and also they don't think it's going to change in the next patch. I think the only thing that's going to change will be early aggression versus Zerg will be nerfed in their opinion. So quite interesting to hear that from two very, very top Protoss players. But Unique Kalin is going to be scouting on 9, so probably expecting, because Underdark does hate this matchup, he might be going for some sort of proxy business. Meanwhile, Underdark seems like he isn't going to be opting to scout very early. Kind of trusts Kalin a bit here, as he just send out his probe to lay down a 13 gateway by the looks of it, and will be scouting around his base for any sort of proxy business going on. But Kalin going to scout around, find everything seems to be all good in the hood as it is said, and going to be checking for any sort of early gas. And yes, there will be the 14 gas. Kalin will see that he's playing very, very standardly. Meanwhile, Kalin's base also a direct mirror of Underdark's at this point, so both players seem to be pretty equal right now. Kalin is a probe behind, but nothing major at this time.
And with that being said, we got probe on probe action as a probe is being tased in the back. Kalin will leave and come right back into the game here, or right back into the base of Underdark. You will see that Cybernetics core did get laid down, as well as Cybernetics core being laid down for Kalin. So mirror matchup, man, mirror build so far. There's really nothing else you can really deviate from this early in the game, and if you do, then I'd say you're a nude, dude.
But dude, we have probe on probe, so you know what that means.
I do. What does that mean, Fire Silver?
That means it's Benny Hill time.
Oh. Oh. Well.
Oh. Well,
they're not
okay,
chasing each other
production
anymore,
errors.
man.
Well, when they do, Duff, so I expect you to be there on the button.
Okay, I gotcha. We got it.
But
it's under
meanwhile,
control.
Kalin, good. We have to test out his new things out in Balance TV. Meanwhile, Underdark does have his first Zealot out, and it seems like Kalin's going to be slightly delayed now compared to Underdark, so it's somewhat behind now. And the first Stalker nearly complete now for Underdark with one of those Chrono Boosts. But both players seem to be opening with a early gateway, and Underdark with the gas steal. So Kalin going to be forced to do a 4-gate, but Underdark going to be doing a defensive 4-gate by the looks of it. And that's definitely going to give Underdark a massive advantage here.
Now, the thing is, Fire Silver, with him placing down this assimilator on the gas deal, he is able to see 3 of these gateways that were placed down, so he definitely should know that there is a 4-gate warp tech on the way, and with that being said, he placed down his other 2 gateways, getting ready for that 4-gate himself. Ooh, and here comes the first pylon. And Underdark.
See it, though.
Yeah, that's right. He's on top of it.
Underdark has like a probe in the exact same place as Kalin's was, and both players know the common proxy positions. They're behind the gold and in this secret corridor. But is Kalin actually going to check there? No, looks like he's going to move out now, as 2 Stalkers are whooped in there. One nearly losing shield there, but with some quick thinking he did manage to save that. So now 4 Stalkers on the field versus 3 and a Sentry. A 4th now making its way in. But this is not going to be the easiest battle now for Kalin to win. If he takes out that first Stalker, that's going to be huge, and he will do that, and will save it.
Ooh,
wow.
and look at that! Holy crap! We see 1 health for that Stalker, starting to take out all of Underdark's base here, and this
picks
is
off the sentry, Duff.
Yeah, man, and I think he needs to take out that other sentry, then he'll be in a better position. And it looks like he's warping in more and more of those zealots, and Kalen actually pulling back.
This is quite questionable.
Yeah, I got a question mark over my head as well.
But, you know, it looks like he is kind of defending some sort of counterattack, maybe thinking, well, he only had a certain amount of units there, what's going on? And Kalin actually going for the Robo. Does Underdark have any sort of higher tech at the moment? No, he's getting his own pylon, so Unique Kalin did have an idea of what he wants to do, and did that probe see it? We will have to find out. He didn't see it, Doves. He didn't see the Robo or the Robotics Bay, so that is huge. We're going to see some one-base Colossus coming out now from Kalin, and Underdark is going down the Robo route as well, so this is sealing the nail in the coffin, as it were, as Kalin gets more and more Zealots out to keep the gas spare and keep minerals at a decent level so he can start getting out as many Colossus as can be.
Yeah, man, with that Colossus tech tree, it'll be interesting to see what Underdark decides to go with. Underdark has not scouted, does not know anything about the Colossus tech pattern that's on the way, but has his robo facility out and will probably produce an observer right away. And it looks like, yes, the observer is on the way out, and he's going with the Colossus as well. And it's all on one base here, Fire Silver, for both these players.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to force him into some heavy Zealot production from both players actually now, and I think Kalin is going to want to hit some sweet timing push. He can probably get out at least 2 Colossus by the time that Thermal Lance is completed, and I'm really surprised he went with that before, but Underdark going to be going with the Immortal first, and honestly I don't think that Immortal is going to do much against a very, very heavy Zealot composition, because he's not going to be able to do much against all these Colossus that Kalin seems to be making now. But he is going to move down now with this probe, and we'll see the expansion, and going to note the health on it, and he's going to know what kind of timing it was put down very, very recently, and this observer going to be giving the game away. But I think it's too late, Duffs.
Well,
the thermal lance is nipped on.
He can see that timing just because he can tell how warm the placement of that was. Dumb jokes, yep. Dumb jokes. Anyways, guys, it looks like Kalen will go ahead and push out into his natural expansion. This observer, not overseer here, will go ahead and get a full eye of what's going on in Kalen's natural expansion, as well as Underdark going for that expansion right now as well. It looks like the Immortal is out and moving across the field here, as well as Colossus on the way out from Underdark. Now, Underdark just started his Thermal Lance, so Thermal Lance has been finished from Kalen. We'll see if anybody goes for any upgrades or what they decide to do after this.
Yeah, but, I don't know what Underdark's got to be thinking at this point. Kalin is still going with more and more Colossus, so he's just going for a Colossi race at the moment. Does have his expansion up, while Underdark still hasn't got his yet. And it seems to be transferring probes now, but there's nothing making out of that, Duffs. He's trying to do the same as what Kalin did, getting out that Thermal Lance, and I think Kalin could hit a really sweet timing push when that third Colossus comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's going to be 3v1, Duffs, and that scares me so much if I saw that army coming towards me, because I invested all that time getting an Immortal, and pretty much going to be worthless in these fights coming up.
Yeah, I'd say so too, and we'll see if he's going to actually take that window to heart and go in and actually do a timing push here, because he does have that, he still has that window here, as that third Colossus did just get finished and put out. Will he move in? Yes, he will.
And why not, He's in such a good position to do so. Underdark going to be pulling back these 2 Stalkers, and they have to retreat his entire army right now. And what's interesting is that Underdark did invest in Sentry